Start the video.
Connect creates opportunities for people living with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer through our online learning platform, Connect Together, including our Service Mondays, where we highlight a local organization or initiative, Wednesday Chair Yoga with Bobbie Seale-Cobiskey, Thursday Adapted Fitness with Megan Williamson, Friday Rotating Dance Classes hosted by Janice Lawrence and Joanne Cuff, and other initiatives including presentations by the Disabled Independent Gardeners Association's GrowABLE program and our Perspective series. Check out our updated programs calendar on our website, connectra.org, or find us on Facebook at Connectra Society.
Okay, Bobbie, you can start.
Thank you, Kausar. So good afternoon, everyone, and deep welcome to an adapted seated yoga practice. And so for those of you who may be joining us for the first time today, I think you'll be delighted to discover just how deep a practice we can have, full of practice we can have seated in a chair. And so as always, I'd like to begin with an invitation to find a comfortable sitting position. And so sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. It can be challenging for our nervous system to calm down if we're uncomfortable in our bodies. And as ready, lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then an invitation to take your hands to your heart center. So it might be palms open or palms together. If this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance, choose another placement for your hands. So it might be that it feels more comfortable to have your hands on your belly. And so an invitation to lift your heart to your hands, bow your head to your heart. And to take a moment to allow yourself to consciously enter into the present. So setting aside whatever was going on for you before the yoga practice for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. And then as ready, relax your arms, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then an invitation to shake your hands. And then reaching up to the sky, as high as feels comfortable for you. Let's imagine that we're waving to our ancestors, so past, present, and future. And then coming forward a little, waving to our ancestors. And reaching up one more time, as high as feels comfortable for you. And this time on your exhale, you lower your arms, make an audible sound. Oh, nice. Wiggly fidget. Again, relax your arms by your side or on your lap, wherever it feels most comfortable for you. And then an invitation, if possible, to find a space where you are supporting your own spine. And so come away from the back of the chair now so that you feel you're sitting forward on your sits bones. If you need the back of the chair for support today, honor that. And so yoga meets us exactly where we are. And so I'd like to invite you to, if a pose or movement doesn't feel comfortable for you, if it doesn't feel right, skip it and come back to your breath. And so if we're focused on the breath, we are practicing yoga. And so it's ready. You lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Ground down through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Our spine is long. Tuck your chin in slightly so it's parallel to the floor. If you'd like, close your eyes here. And so our attention moves inward. Allow your facial muscles to soften and release. And so notice the alignment of your knees, hips, ankles, shoulders, overhead. Notice the breath. So allowing the breath to move the abdomen. Place one hand on your belly. And so an inhale, our belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. Keeping one hand on your belly, take your other hand to your heart center. And maybe notice the pattern of movement of the breath between your abdomen and your upper torso. And then see if you can begin to expand the breath. So making it just a little bit longer than it was when we began. And now see if you can begin to lengthen the exhale. So when we lengthen our exhale, it engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of holding, stress, and tension. So whenever possible, I'd like to invite you to bring your awareness back to this deep, long, easeful breath. And so relax your arms wherever feels most comfortable for you. And maybe a little wiggly fidget. Nice. So let's repose. Ground through your feet. Center and ground through the soles of your feet. So we want to keep our connection with Mother Earth and to start losing it. Root down through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Our spine is long, chin in slightly parallel with the floor. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands together and to rub your palms together, massage your hands. Your wrists, and maybe sweeping your hands up along your arms. Oh. So from here, let's come into a warm up. So I'd actually like to begin with our eyes. And so when you're ready, look up. And on exhale, soft gaze, looking down towards the earth, towards the floor. On inhale, look up. Exhale, looking downwards. And now if you'd like, adding gentle neck movements to the eye movements. So on inhale, look up. Maybe the eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. And then soft gaze downwards. So gentle movements, warming up our cervical spine. And then it's ready, bring your head back to center. And then take one ear towards your shoulder. And then move your head from side to side. Go back and forth. And then as ready, bring your head back to neutral and then turn a soft gaze, looking just past your shoulder. Pause. Only move your head as far as feels comfortable for you. And then turn your head from side to side. So it's as if you're nodding no. And it's ready, bring your head back to center. And so we've moved our neck, your cervical spine through its range. And now we're going to continue with the movements, moving down along the spine. So we'll begin with a practice called cat and cow. So an invitation now to draw your chest in. So it's as if the sternum's moving in to the back of your rib cage as you round your shoulders. And then as ready, move your sternum forward and up. And so you might notice that as we practice this gentle warm up for our spine, that on the exhale, as we round, our hands naturally slide towards our knees. And on the inhale, hands naturally have a tendency to slide towards our hips. And so an invitation to keep this gentle warm up for your spine flowing in your own time and rhythm. And so move in a way that feels natural for you. So natural that the movements and the breath become one. And then it's ready. Come on back to a neutral spine. Take a moment. And then from here, we're going to transition into a side bend. So I'd like you to imagine that you're reaching towards the floor to pick something up. So keep both sits bones on the chair. You can hold on to the other side of the chair if you'd like. So we want our shoulder lined up with shoulder. And then move from side to side. So it might feel good to inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. And so you might notice that as we warm up our spine, these movements become more easeful. We're able to go a little bit deeper. It's ready. Come on back to a neutral spine. Take a moment. And then from here, we'll come into a twist. So begin with your spine, sitting up nice and tall, lengthen. And then moving from the base of your spine up one vertebrae at a time. Come into your twist. And then, so moving dynamically, twist from side to side. And so this is a gentle twist. We're not going to our full range of motion. Now come on back to center, your neutral spine. And relax your side or on your lap, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And I'd like to invite you to take a moment to notice the effects of those movements of the spine. Here you notice, is your breath still long and smooth and easeful? So from here, I'd like to come into a practice that I like to call finding our balance. And so to date, the best definition I've heard of finding our balance is balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so sitting up nice and tall, you bring your hands to your hips or maybe hold on to the underside of your chair. Lengthen your spine so we can create space in our vertebrae. And then hinging from the hips, come forward with a flat back. So it's not about seeing how far down we can go. We just go to that just right amount of effort and ease, and then rock back. And so you might notice as we practice this gentle movement, as we come forward, sometimes the chin wants to jut up. So we want to have our chin tucked in slightly. And it can be interesting to practice these gentle movements with our eyes closed. And then as you're ready, make your way back to neutral spine. And then from here, I'd like to invite you to circle your heart forward and then circle back. So circle forward, circle back. So your circles might be larger, smaller. So invitation to move in your own time and rhythm. So we all have our own rhythm. And as you begin to feel your lower back, your hips soften and release, see if you can go a little bit deeper. So our shoulders are moving towards our knees, but of course we're not coming all the way down. And then as ready, reverse the direction. And bring your awareness to the space in front of you. And bring your awareness to the space above you. And particularly an invitation to take your awareness to the space behind you. And an invitation, so moving away from me to we, to trust that we are being supported. And slowly make your way back to neutral spine. And relax your arms by your side, on your lap. And take a moment to let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And so you might observe the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And so from here, with your hands resting where they are, tap your fingers. And then maybe tapping from your pinkies to your thumbs. And reverse. And then it's ready, push your hands away. So your arms can be as high or low as you'd like. And then draw your arms back. Push your hands away. Draw your arms back. So with this gentle movement, not only are we getting into all the joints in our arms, we're getting into, sometimes can be a tight area around our shoulder blades. So it's like we're giving ourselves a little back massage. Push your hands away. Draw your hands back. Push your hands away. Draw your hands back. And so now when you're ready, arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Bend your elbows, palms face away, and release. Spiral your palms open, bend your elbows, palms face away. One last time, spiral your palms open, bend your elbows, palms face away. And And so now with your arms in front of you, I'd like to invite you, soft fist to flex and extend your wrist. And maybe to explore moving from side to side. So, before we move on from our upper limbs, let's go for our yoga swim. So we'll start freestyle. Your arms can be as high or low as you'd like. And then about breaststroke. And side stroke. Other side. And we'll finish up with butterfly. Whew. And a little shake. And take a rest. Let your breath settle. So no doubt you're feeling a little more energized. And so from here, I think I'd like to transition into a practice called Breath of Joy. And so with this practice, we inhale 3 times through our nose and then a big exhale. And we can add arm movements to it. So with the arm movements, we're going to bring our arms forward, out to the side, forward again, and release. So make sure you're clear of anything potentially that you could whack. Okay. So here we go. Breath of joy. Inhale, 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 and inhale, 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 and drop. One last time. Breath of joy. Inhale, 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 and drop. Nice. So bring your hands so that they're facing each other a few inches apart. Might close your eyes softly or soften your gaze. And an invitation to notice any subtle sensation in between your hands. And so taking your hands maybe a little further apart and moving them closer together. And then turning your palms face up, reach up to the sky. So maybe feeling a lightness. And palms face down and grounding sensation. Reach one arm up, out to the side. Gazing past your middle finger. Palm face down, release. So I like to think of these gentle movements as a moving meditation. Reach up to the sky. Palm face down, release. Both arms up if that feels comfortable for you. Reach up. Palms face down. And so from here, I'd like to actually come into a practice called a meditation on the heart. So a gentle chest opener. And so to begin, I'd like to invite you, if possible, to take your hands to your heart center. So it might be palms open or palms together. If this placement of your hands doesn't work for you, maybe alternatively place your hands on your belly. And so breathing in, send your arms up and away. So I feel comfortable with my arms a little lower than my shoulders. Maybe you feel good with yours up higher and lower. And then making soft fists, take your hands back to your heart center, your Buddha belly. So inhale, extend your arms up and away. Soft fist, take your hands back to your heart center, your Buddha belly. So bowing our head towards our heart gives us a little nerve flossing for our neck. And so in your own time and rhythm, keeping this gentle heart opener flowing. If you'd like, imagine the sun at your heart center. On your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the radiant light of the sun radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. So it's the symbol of the light that's always inside. This time on our exhale, making a bumblebee sound, a humming sound. Inhale. Place one hand on your belly, the other on your heart center. And take a moment to feel the rise and fall of your chest and your back. And again, little wiggly fidgets, the little bum dance. So, let's come into a lovely sequence. So, kind of sort of like a modified sun salutation. So seated in a chair. So I'd like you to come into mountain pose. And sitting up nice and tall, grounded, your feet, your sits bones, spine is long. And then take your hands to your heart center. So it could be palms open and palms together. Reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. So bend from your shoulder blades. Take a look between your palms if you'd like. If it doesn't create tension in your neck, notice that they're facing each other. Return your gaze on the horizon. And then hinging from the hips, come forward with a flat back. So you might take hold of the underside of your chair. And then we'll come into a modified version of downward facing dog. So rest your forearms on your lap. Tuck your chin in slightly, pushing down through your inner heels, lengthen your spine. So it might be an energetic pushing down. And then lower. From here, we'll come into baby cobra. Lift your heart, lift your solar plexus. Downward facing dog again. Our forearms on your lap, push down through your inner heels, lengthen your spine, keeping your sits bones on the chair. And then one hand on each near thigh, or your hands at your hips, come back up with a flat back. So for this next movement, we're going to come into a lunge. So it might be that you are visualizing movement. If you have a yoga buddy, perhaps a yoga buddy can help guide the movements. So you'd step your foot. So I'll mirror you. Step your right leg underneath the front of the chair. So you might, again, so visualization is powerful. Imagination. So that might be a nice starting point. You can add your arms on goal post or reach your arm up along your ear. Float your arm down, step your foot forward, hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. Scoop up that beautiful radiant light of the sun. Come into your gentle back arch. Maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the heart. So arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. So open up your armpits. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. Hinging from the hips, take hold of the underside of the chair. Tuck your chin in slightly, forward fold. Downward facing dog. So rest your forearms on your lap, push down through your inner heels. Lengthen your spine. Baby cobra, hands on your thighs, lower. Lift your solar plexus, lift your heart. Downward facing dog again. Rest your forearms on your lap. Tuck your chin in, lengthen your spine. Push down through your inner heel. Come on back up. So you push down through your inner heel. So again, it might be an energetic pushing down. One hand on each near side. So we'll come into a lunge. So step your front foot underneath, or front leg under the front of the chair. So again, you might be visualizing. Arm by your side, goal post, or reach up to the sky. Float your arm down. Step your foot forward, hinging from the hips. spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky into gentle back arch. And maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the heart. Place one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your heart center. And take a moment to feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Take a rest. And a little shake out. So from here, let's come into a side bend. So the movements of the spine. So of course we know our spines matter. And so I'd like to invite you to take hold of the underside of your chair, or wherever you need to feel stable and balanced. Release your opposite arm by your side, spiral your palm open. So soft bend in your elbow, take your hand to your shoulder. So we'll lengthen our spine and then come into the side bend. Keeping both sits bones on the chair, turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck and breathe into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? Come out of the pose on this side. So whatever we do on one side, we do on the other if possible. So release your arm by your side, spiral your palm open. Take your hand to your shoulder, lengthen your spine, come into your side bend. Turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck. Breathe into your rib cage. And release. So it's an alternative to a hand to the shoulder. I'd like to offer, if it feels okay for you, reach up and over. So alternatively, might be hand on the shoulder. Even if you want to place your hand at your hip, that can work as well. So this is your yoga practice. You choose what feels best for you. So let's come into the movement one more time, into the pose, the side bend. So you take hold of the underside of the chair. You're sitting up tall. Arm by your side, spiral your palm open. So your hand comes to your shoulder. Maybe it feels okay to reach up and over. Keeping both sits bones on the chair, turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck. Breathe into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? Come out of the pose on this side. So, one more time, other side, arm by your side, spiral your palm open. Take your hand to your shoulder. Maybe it feels okay to reach up and over. So no right or wrong, just what feels best for you. Turning your gaze down towards the earth. Breathe into your rib cage. And release, come out of the pose. Okay, so you just take a moment to check in. How's your breath? Notice any subtle sensations. So from here, let's come into a seated twist. And so an invitation, if possible, to bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance. Knees tracking over our ankles. It's okay to have your toes turned out a little. Take your hands to your heart center, press into your palms, lift your elbows, and then an invitation to, on an inhale, lengthen your spine, and then bring your elbow point down to your elbow thigh, or your elbow thigh. To your thighs. Sometimes I back backwards, if you know what I mean, go with it. And so lift your opposite elbow, and if it feels okay for your neck, turn your gaze up towards the sky. And slowly come back to center. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and we'll come into it on the other side. So elbow point to your thigh. So if your elbow doesn't quite meet your thigh, you can put something on your thigh that'll bring your thigh to your elbow. Reach the opposite elbow up towards the sky. Turn your gaze up if that feels okay for your neck. Press into the palms of your hands. And it's ready. Come on back to neutral spine. Okay, so let's rock and roll. And move dynamically. So inhale, reach up to the sky and twist. Inhale, reach up and twist. And so our hands are guiding the movement, helping to, we're not torquing or pulling ourselves into the movement from our hands. And one last time, reach up to the sky and into the twist. And then make your way back to neutral spine. So these side bends, twists, pretty intense spinal movements. So we need to realign our spine. We can do that with a seated forward fold. And so take hold of the underside of your chair. Sit up nice and tall, so lengthen our spine, and then hinging from the hips, come forward with a flat back. So we're only coming forward about 20%. Tuck your chin in slightly to release your neck, maybe nodding yes and no. And then breathe into your lower back. You might imagine that your lungs are in your lower back. So of course we can't place our lungs in our lower back, but energy flows for our thoughts and our breath. And it's ready. Come on out of the pose by pushing down through your inner heels. If you want, you can place your hands at your hips and come back up with a flat back. Shake up. So I think I'd like to share a modified version today of eagle pose. And so, of course, you're sitting up nice and tall. So ground through your feet, centering ground through the soles of your feet. Sit bones are sharp on the chair, spine is long. Tuck your chin in slightly. So I'd like to invite you to bend your elbows, palms face each other. Reach across, cup your elbow point. Draw that same arm into the midline. Allow that same shoulder to soften away from your ear. And then maybe on an inhale, reaching up a little higher. And so eagle pose. Find a space you can gaze on softly on the horizon. And release. So let's come into this on the other side. So you bend your elbows, reach across, cup your elbow point, draw that arm into the midline. Let that same shoulder soften away from your ear. If you'd like, maybe on an inhale, reaching up a little higher. Eagle pose. And release. So arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Cross one arm over the other. Take hold of your shoulders or wherever you can reach comfortably. Walk your fingertips back. Drop your chin towards your chest. Let your shoulders round towards your front body. And give yourself a bear hug. And I love me bear hug. Remembering which arm is on top. Bring your arms out to the side. Spiral your palms open, soften in your elbows, and this time cross the opposite arm over. So it might be that you're taking hold of your elbow points. If the other feels out of reach, take hold of your shoulders, walk your fingertips back, drop your chin towards your chest, let your shoulders round towards your front body. So bear hug number 2. And it's ready. Extend your arms, float them down, and a little shake. And so from here, I think I'd like to come down off the mountain and into pranayama practice. So breathing, yogic breathing practice. And so come on back, seated comfortably in your chair, but you're still sitting up nice and tall. And tuck your chin in slightly. So if we tuck our chin in slightly, this can help with the breathing. And so the practice I'd like to share with you is called 1-to-1 ratio. So it's when we bring our inhales and our exhales so that they're the same quality and duration. So I will cue you with a count of 3 on the inhale, count of 3 on the exhale. And so let us begin by inhale through the nose unless you're congested. Exhale slowly. And so inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 3, 2, 1. 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 So if my count doesn't work for you, use whatever count you'd like. So it might be less or more. And so we'll continue just for a few more breaths. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 3, 2, 1. So let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And so your natural rhythm, maybe observing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And maybe an invitation to notice if you felt a subtle change in your energy. And so from here, we're going to transition into a short guided meditation and your final relaxation. So the dessert part. And so find a comfortable sitting position. And so you're seated comfortably, but still alert. And feel free to soften your gaze looking downwards or close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable for you. And so the meditation that I love to share often is by Thich Nhat Hanh. And so he was a beloved Zen Buddhist monk, and he lived to be 95 years old. And so it goes like this. Breathing in. I know that I'm breathing in. And breathing out. I know that I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I release. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. We'll sit and breathe together for a few moments with a gentle reminder. Breathing. So when you're ready, come on into a comfortable sitting position. And so if you have, or if you're a wheelchair user, you're able to recline in your chair, go for it. I sometimes like to put a rolled yoga mat along my spine, so this can feel lovely and supportive. A little bit of weight, the cushion or blanket on the left can be grounding. And so lift your shoulders up, back, and down. So we're not meant to be scrunching our shoulders up towards our ears. Essentially, we want to soften our shoulders away from our ears. So often, a lot of us have our shoulders tucked up around our ears or collapsed in our chest. And then relax your hands in your lap, palm up or down as desired. Close your eyes softly if you'd like. That feels comfortable for you. Or soften your gaze looking downwards. So if we soften our gaze looking downwards 3 or 4 feet in front of us, that can be calming for the nervous system. So soft palms, soft Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the pose, Serenity pose. Relax your jaw, unclench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows, wide forehead. Silently, if you'd like, on inhale, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. It's challenging to quiet the mind. Placing our hands on our belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. And so without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body again. And so our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. gradually blink your eyes open. So you might take a look at the space around you, maybe name 3 objects. And so if you like, you can take your hands to your heart center, put your heart to your hands, bow your head to your heart, and an invitation to take a moment to honor yourself for showing up for yoga today. And so the teacher in me honors and appreciates the teacher in each of you. Have a lovely rest of the day. Notice how you feel before and after yoga, question or feedback. Always love to hear from you, of course. And so I guess, yeah, I'll hang out for a few moments, see if somebody wants to have conversation. Let's bring into the iPad a little closer.
Bobbie, do you have a cat?
I don't, but the neighbors do.
Oh, the neighbors. Okay.
Yeah, I think you saw a mango.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, she's lovely.
I didn't think you had one. I was like, cat and a bunny seems like a weird combination.
Yeah, no, Evie would go for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you're well.
Yeah, I just hurt my arm yesterday, but
But,
take it easy for a couple days. Yeah.
yeah, so doing a sport or?
No, just driving, just hanging on.
Well, feel quickly and well.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for the class. Always nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. I'm gonna show send you some pictures from the
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Right on.
See, reminded me. Done some great stuff.
Awesome. Appreciate that.